Every atom in your body was forged inside a dying star, billions of years before the Earth even existed. The calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, the oxygen you're breathing right now, all of it was created in the heart of a star that exploded long before our solar system was born. You are not separate from the universe. You are recycled stardust, temporarily arranged into a shape that can read these words. And in a very real sense, you are far older and far less significant than you think. Today, we're counting down 10 facts that prove just how small, brief, and insignificant we really are in the grand scheme of the universe. If videos like this make you question everything, subscribe because there's a lot more humbling truth where this came from. Number 1 might be the hardest one to fully accept. Let's get into it. Your body is built from atoms forged inside stars that lived and died long before our sun ever ignited. Every element heavier than hydrogen and helium, carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, iron, was created either in the nuclear furnace of a star or in the explosive death of one. This means the atoms making up your body have existed for over 13 billion years. They have been part of stars, nebulae, planets, and countless other forms of matter long before they became, briefly, you. Some of these atoms may have once been part of another star system entirely, ejected across the galaxy by a supernova before eventually drifting into the cloud of gas and dust that formed our solar system. You are not a fixed, permanent thing. You are a temporary arrangement of ancient material, borrowed for a few decades, and due to be returned, recycled once again into something new long after you're gone. Number 2. The nearest star to our sun, Proxima Centauri, is about 4.2 light years away. That sounds close until you try to actually get there. Voyager 1, the fastest and farthest traveling spacecraft humanity has ever launched, is moving at roughly 38,000 miles per hour. At that speed, it would still take more than 70,000 years to reach our nearest stellar neighbor. 70,000 years, longer than all of recorded human history, just to reach the closest star. And that's the nearest one. Most of the stars you can see in the night sky are hundreds or thousands of light years further away than that. The universe isn't just big, it's functionally, permanently out of reach. Number 3. Roughly 117 billion people are estimated to have ever lived throughout all of human history. That sounds like an enormous number until you consider what comes next. If humanity survives, even at a fraction of our current growth rate, for another 10,000 years, the number of people who will eventually exist could dwarf everyone who has ever lived combined. Civilizations rise and fall over centuries, but on a 10,000-year timescale, we have barely begun. You are not just small compared to the universe, even within the story of your own species. Across the full span of human existence, you are one data point in a number so large it becomes difficult to comprehend. Number 4. Look up at the night sky and almost everything you can see, stars, planets, even galaxies, is made of what scientists call ordinary matter. The atoms, the stuff that makes up you, your phone, the Earth itself. But ordinary matter only accounts for about 5% of everything that exists in the universe. The rest, roughly 95%, is dark matter and dark energy, substances we cannot see, cannot touch, and still don't fully understand. Everything you have ever known, every person, every planet, every star you've ever looked at, is part of the smallest, most negligible slice of what actually exists. We don't just live in a vast universe, we live in a universe where almost everything that makes it up is fundamentally invisible to us. Number 5. If intelligent life exists somewhere else in the universe, and given the sheer number of stars and planets, it's statistically plausible that it does, the odds that we would ever actually detect them, let alone make contact, are almost vanishingly small. The distances involved are so vast that even a radio signal traveling at the speed of light would take thousands or millions of years to cross between civilizations. By the time a message arrived, the civilization that sent it might be long extinct, their entire culture, history, and existence reduced to nothing more than an echo drifting through empty space.
Any other intelligent species in the universe is most likely separated from us not just by distance, but by time itself. We could share a galaxy with another civilization and never know it existed simply because the timing never lined up.
Number 6. Right now, as you sit reading or listening to this, you are moving. Not just with the rotation of the Earth or its orbit around the Sun, but as part of the Sun's own orbit around the center of the Milky Way. Our entire solar system is hurtling through the galaxy at roughly 500,000 miles per hour, completing one full orbit around the galactic center approximately every 230 million years. In the time it takes you to read this sentence, you will have traveled hundreds of miles through the galaxy without feeling a thing. You feel completely still right now. But you and everyone you have ever known are being carried through space at an almost incomprehensible speed, on a journey so long that the last time our solar system was in this exact position, dinosaurs hadn't even evolved yet. Number 7. If you compress the entire 4.6 billion year history of Earth into a single 24-hour day, something becomes immediately clear about how little time humans have actually been here. Complex life doesn't appear until late in the evening. Dinosaurs show up around 10 or 11 p.m. and go extinct minutes later. Mammals spend most of that compressed timeline as small, unremarkable creatures scurrying in the shadows. Modern humans, the version of us that exists today, don't appear until less than 2 seconds before midnight. Everything you've ever learned in a history class, every war, every empire, every invention, fits into a sliver of time so small it barely registers on the clock of our own planet's existence, let alone the universe's. Number 8. 66 million years ago, an asteroid roughly 6 miles wide struck the Earth and ended the age of dinosaurs in a matter of hours. It wasn't the first mass extinction caused by an impact from space, and scientists are confident it won't be the last. Near-Earth objects large enough to cause regional or even global devastation pass uncomfortably close to our planet on a regular basis, and we currently have no fully reliable system in place to stop one if it were heading directly toward us. Detection alone remains incomplete, meaning a sufficiently sized object could, in theory, go unnoticed until it was far too late to react. It's not a question of whether another major impact will eventually happen. It's only a question of when. And on the scale of the universe, an event that could end human civilization is, statistically, basically routine. Number 9. If you shrank the entire Milky Way galaxy down to the size of the continental United States, our solar system would be smaller than a single grain of salt. And within that grain of salt, Earth itself would be far too small to see at all, let alone measure. Now, extend that same comparison to the full length of human history. If the galaxy's timeline were represented on that same scale, all of recorded human civilization would occupy a slice of time thinner than a single atom. Over almost immediately after it began, barely a flicker against the age of the structure we call home. We don't just live on a small planet. We live on a small planet in a small moment, inside a structure so large that our entire existence barely registers as a rounding error in its story. Number 10. And that brings us to the most humbling fact of all. In 100 years, almost no one alive today will still be here. In 1,000 years, your name, your job, your accomplishments, the things that feel so important right now, will most likely be completely forgotten. In 1,000,000 years, the very language you speak will no longer exist. In 1,000,000,000 years, it's uncertain whether anything resembling current human civilization will be remembered, recorded, or even relevant in any form. The universe does not require your permission to continue. It was here for billions of years before you, and it will continue for billions of years after you're gone, completely unaffected by your absence. That's not necessarily a depressing thought. Your choices, your relationships, and the way you treat the people around you still matter, here, now,
in the only life you actually have. What changes is the pressure. On a cosmic scale, you're freed from the idea that every mistake has to be permanent, or that your worth depends on being remembered forever. If this video gave you a healthy dose of perspective, let me know which fact hit you the hardest in the comments. And if you want more deep dives into just how vast and humbling the universe really is, subscribe because we're only getting started. See you in the next one.